I've got him going over to the
Tape is
vaping.
rolling,
Yeah.
boys and girls. Yeah, I was
I'm
hanging
just trying to
out
make
with
you feel jealous.
Arius last night, and he popped in after I was just about finished up. He was looking for a highwayman's hat, the Virtue one. And we were able to make a deal since I had a couple of them lying around.
Who was this? Who popped in?
Solazar
Oh,
is he had popped on the set, and we had a discussion, and I was still in Arius' stream, and about 20 minutes later I was back talking to Arius, and he was like, "Is that Laz?"
Yeah.
yeah, Saul's
how
a
it
good,
is.
he's a good man. No, Saul is her.
Oh,
Alrighty, people, quiet on the set, getting ready to go live on the radio. WRFB.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some coffee.
Go get your coffee.
Uh-oh, potential network trouble.
The shit.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. Ain't no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo of Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. It's time for some pot pie here on Lunch with Laz and Jack.
That's right. We got the pot pie.
Oh, you too.
I got Popeye. What's
How is
up?
everybody out there today?
Popeye.
It's all Spiff's
Popeye.
fault. Spiff said, "Oh,
Tastes good.
Uh-oh, network connection.
it's
and it
happening
looks
across
like we
multiple
all
streams
got
now,
kicked
too.
right at noon here, which is very interesting."
You got pie. Anybody want Popeye?
Well, see, I think this might be related to Chris's blog, and we didn't even finish the welcome. So, did you want to finish that?
Well, yeah, I don't know. You want to try and pick that up and see if you can continue on from there? I don't know. Welcome to Whacked Out Wednesday here on NBNN's Lunch with Laz and Jack. As always, hey, you never know what the hell's going to happen around here, but thankfully the live stream is live, the radio is live, and we will move on while we sit and wait and see what the heck's going on here. What's
I
that?
accidentally just clicked on something I shouldn't have.
Yeah, we've got a
Your
room
porn
full
browser?
of people. We've got a bunch of people listening on the radio. We got folks viewing, going, "Oh, what the heck happened?" I'm sure we got a bunch of folks going, "Hey, I can't connect either. I just got a big old pot pie." Hot pie.
Was I not
pie
supposed to
face.
unplug this over here? Oops, sorry.
Bullwinkle, were you over there messing with the network connection wires
I was
again?
just reading the book. I didn't have it.
Yes, someone tripped over the cable this morning.
Somebody tripped over the router plug and pulled the power cord.
Jack, go over there. Take it.
So let's talk about what might this be connected to. I know Chris, and there's all sorts of interesting stuff out there from Chris. I would just say let's jump right to Chris and pick up where we left off yesterday.
So Chris's daily blog, he says he's waiting for something horrible to happen.
Like Popeye.
So far, this release and build cycle has been super painless and no crazy blocker type issues. That right there is why
Famous
bad
last
things
words.
happened.
Well, again, yes,
Something horrible happened.
that's
List,
topping
fix
off
this.
today's
Yeah.
list. But did you see what he added from yesterday's list again before he finished up?
Tell us the news.
Oh yes, there's
Well,
some interesting stuff here.
Improved opportunity. No, we did that one. Fortified defense is now fixed. It was actually working before, but only versus very limited category of attacks. Now it should work if within 1 to 2 seconds of being critically hit by an attack, not flagged as a magic type. He solved the missing terrain in Midras Ruins. Sorcerer Steve had a local change that was never checked in. He was doing the works fine on my machine
Works
thing
fine for me.
fixed.
And let's
Works fine for me.
let's,
Don't know what you're
let's
talking
do
about,
that
man.
with music, boys and girls. Can we get a check on that?
15 meters, man. 15
Yeah.
meters.
Somebody give it the 15-meter test.
The pot pie fucking song.
Yeah. Then after that, let's see. He was investigating crafting bonuses and how they were applied specifically for death magic, and immediately found a very bad math bug.
Bad math bug.
Yeah, bad math. Bonus for near death was being applied like this: bonus equals 1.0 plus percent dead plus near death bonus power bonus. But it should have been 1 plus blah math. Which means that the near-death power bonus from gear was being applied to all death magic for all the time before. So if you had a piece with 20% near-death bonus, it was really 20% to all death magic at the same all the time. Been fixed. Now we won't see everybody running around as death mage after this has been checked in.
Well, tell you the truth, I never had any of at least as he's describing here, near-death bonuses on any of my armor. I've had...
Well, that's because it was always being applied all the time.
No, what I'm saying is he's talking about those
remember,
bonuses on the armor.
No,
And
death magic was supposed to work better the closer to death you were.
okay, I understand that, and that's still the fact. Okay, he was saying that...
Wasn't working.
So if you had a piece with 20% bonus, he's talking about a piece of equipment, as am I, you were getting it for all death magic. And what I'm saying is I haven't come across a piece of equipment that had a near-death bonus, is what I'm saying. Why are you running off track without letting me finish my goddamn statement? You're killing me, Smalls.
Oh no!
Kill me, Smalls, because
There we
it's
go.
fire.
There we go.
I didn't
Snarky
know that
man.
near-death bonus was something you can get on a piece of equipment. That's where I was going with this.
no-
Thank you very much.
The bonus was death magic was always supposed to be the glass cannon that was supposed to work better the closer to being dead you were.
I understand that, which is
And so
something
that
I don't
is
agree with
that
either.
is
But
that is the death bonus. And it was being applied all the time. So now, with your full hit points, you're going to find out that death magic is nowhere near as effective.
it was being applied from gear that had the bonus. Read the descriptor, please.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Bonus
happening
for
all
near
the
death.
time.
Bonus for near death was being applied like this. Bonus equals 1 plus percent dead plus near death power bonus.
Which means
But it doesn't say anything about gear.
which means that the near dead power bonus from gear was being applied to all death magic. It says it right there. Hello.
Hold on. I'm going to
guys.
read list statement right here. The bonus to
room.
near death is in the skill itself. OMG.
Get a hotel.
But he's referring to gear here.
I lost.
No, I'm not. No. He's referring to your hit points.
Okay.
Bye.
I'm reading gear specifically right in front of me. Twice he mentions the gear. So I don't know how you argue that.
I didn't read that part.
Yeah,
But I did read
I
it.
know that. Anyway, Big Mad
I was
Mug
intentionally avoiding
gotta
that
affect all those people out there who had those bonuses. Moving right
part.
along.
You know what? Which means that you'll probably find out that I'm in the login queue at position number 55 right now.
I'm 2 points behind you at 57, you bum.
58.
Gonna get out.
I'm in the game.
54.
Yeah, you're gonna go out again.
Okay, so then
Bye, Pelican.
so death magic gear bonuses are still too high, so he's going to nerf the crap out
Gear
of those.
bonuses. gear bonuses.
Wait, I looked over the numbers, and my belief is death magic gear bonuses are still too high. That's all death magic gear.
Believe.
It is
Did you
really
hear him?
only.
Did you hear him?
It
Believe.
is really the. It is really the only magic school that gets straight up damage bonuses, and it really doesn't need them.
Uh-oh.
Watch your mouth.
What's going to happen to all those
I
death
don't know.
mages?
I don't understand what he
Just
means.
go wash your
Get
mouth
straight
out.
up
So
bonus damage bonuses that it doesn't need. What? How else are we supposed to kill people if we're not using the magic? I know that little piece of wood I got is really supposed to hurt that bear because it's sharp and pointy.
You were talking about soloing 2 bears last night. So shut up.
I did with one of them
Yes.
sharp, pointy sticks.
Yeah. The other thing that he needs to fix is figure out is corpse explosion. Corpses are only supposed to explode one time. Several people have tried to fix it with no luck. I'm going to see if I can get something in today or tomorrow to fix this. You know what the solution there is?
Destroy the loot, destroy the corpse. Physically destroy it.
Exactly.
Yes. Because
You cast corpse explosion, boom, there it goes. It is now a very pink
And that
mess
means
around.
all the loot goes with it, right?
Yeah, what up?
Damn Skippy, man.
There is
Yeah,
no
there is-
corpse, there is no meat, there is no hides. It goes bye-bye.
Yep. And he's going to go with just those 2 changes for Death Magic and Release 41 and see if it gets things under control a bit. If not, he'll re-examine it again in Release 42, and then he had a meeting.
And
So,
then it was time
and the-
for the leads. The leads.
Yeah. So instead of updating to Unity 5.6, he's updating to the latest patch of Unity 5.5, and he reduced the did I say that enough times? The exponent for the final attunement calculations for negative attunement comparisons to match that of a positive attunement at 1.5 instead of 2. This is to take a bit off the absolute highest attunement delta situations, which is a very small part of trying to flatten the playtime to power curve a bit. Yeah. Updated the ice field tooltip to more accurately represent what it does. I wonder, ice field, it slows everything down. that's about it.
Yeah, supposedly
little bit
anything
of
that enters the field while it's cast now is supposed to be affected as well, not just what was in the field.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's supposed to
cool,
work
yeah.
more like a quicksand, the way I understood. It slows you down, anybody who enters the field, period, now. But anyway,
Yep.
is that working? Does anybody know that?
That doesn't work like that currently. It's just if they're there at the time of casting it, they get hit by it. But if they walk into it later, it doesn't work. So
Okay.
yay for that.
And then due to changes, ongoing gear bus, it was possible to get Tap Soul to a point where it would both add massive focus and heal you. That's pretty damn funny. You restored Tap Soul to its old state where the focus gain still uses all the buffs, but the health loss only relies on skill level but not attunement. The result will be minimal for low to mid power death mages, but high level death mages will take far more damage per use through the but those still regain the same focus.
So if you're a death mage, you really need health on your stuff.
Yeah, you need lots of hit points.
I've never really used that skill as a death mage, and as I realized it had some good implications, but I just never realized. I don't find it useful personally. That's just me.
Well, then after that, it was added to the 100% XP reclaim on untrained list for those not happy with the above change.
Why does that not surprise me? There's half of my skill set this week put on that 100% list.
Now that's your name, man.
Wah, 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 wah.
What am I doing this for?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's like the fourth skill this week that has been put on this list that I've got almost GM now, and I'm really starting to wonder about a lot of things.
Well,
Yeah.
what it is that what they decided was, you know what, this is
They said, Laz, you're too damn powerful. We got to tone your ass down, brother.
Scotty,
yeah.
man.
See,
Scotty here.
it's called the imbalance, and it's like, why the fuck are there so many death mages? And it's like, oh
Wonder
wait,
why.
maybe this is OP, and now we're going to bring it in
that works
line with
as
everybody
sweet
else
shit.
and
God
let you
dang it.
scream, "I've been nerfed. I'm no longer OP."
Well,
That's
Did
the
it with
first
Taman.
death
They did it
note
with
this
Taman.
week.
Now they're doing it
It's
here.
been
What the
depth,
hell's
it's
going
been
on?
fire, it's been acrobatics, it's been across the board. It's not just one
Hey,
skill. Yeah, don't go there. Don't go down that screaming death pages are gonna
Hey,
be
hey,
bloody
hey, hey.
murder.
Don't go down that road, man. Don't go down that road.
They're changing acrobatics to be more in line with what acrobatics should do, not.
In your opinion,
If you're an acrobat, are you going to be getting hit,
Yes.
or are you going to be sucking up the blows?
No.
Well, if you're an
Okay.
acrobat, you're probably sucking something. I'm just saying.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Oh!
But you're not sucking up the blows.
if you're an acrobat, you're awful flexible and you ain't going nowhere, buddy. You're gonna be sitting in that.
stay
bed.
home all day long.
I'm gonna stay home and put my heads together. You know what I'm saying?
Whacked Out Wednesday right here on NBNN's
Kill-
Lunch with Laz and Jack. Only here will you find totally unscripted, totally you never know what you're gonna find from day to day. No,
Hey, what was it before the show that I said that I wanted to talk about before I was on the phone with my transmission place?
I have no idea, but let's get this finished. Tap
And they
Soul,
fixed
Tap
the-
Soul I thought was useless. Thank goodness I'm not going to be missing out because I only got the bare basics to get into the other skills. So, not hearing me
So you got
cry
that up
about
to 20,
this
and
one,
then you
brother.
said, "Screw it."
Not going to hear me cry
Yeah.
about this one.
Well, they already screwed it up anyways.
Miss Holly, Miss Jade, if y'all want to fight over this seat, whatever you
Suck
take
it, Death Magic.
Yep.
Oh my God, am
And
I
they
logging
fixed the
on?
cover setting for skeleton mage fireballs. And fixed an exception that was occurring when scoring a critical hitbox while boxing.
Boxing?
We have boxing in game now.
Boxing? You mean something we actually
We have
asked
shadow boxing.
I heard something on the schedule. They were doing something with unarmed combat, so apparently we are going to be boxing or something.
Wrestling?
I don't know.
my!
It'd be nice.
There's a couple ladies out there who wouldn't mind wrestling.
Mud wrestling, woo woo.
Yeah,
I wanted to-
there we
I
go.
wanted to-
There's Clifford chiming in.
I've wanted to take my clothes off and wrestle with Laz for a long time, so
Yeah. You and many others get in line.
my dream is coming true.
Then also we have the double the duration of the base ice field from this. That is the part that hangs around, not the debuff you get when you pass through it. And looking into aggro and taunting and escape. Escape was set up wrong, and now will affect the 5 best targets in a 10-meter radius. And discovered that natural health regen was generating aggro, and that was
You
fixed.
think?
Natural health regen was generating
Yeah.
aggro.
That's not broke.
That's funny. Not broken at all.
Well, that
Nothing to
that
see
would
here.
make sense why things target people over other people real quick because they just had
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a point there.
well. You're
And
talking,
that's
you're
all-
talking
that's
to the
all-
guy
that's all
that Death
Chris has.
Bunny comes right after, so I don't know. Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'll teach you to be over there healing.
That's right. Self-regenerate.
Last wasn't healing. It's called the I'm going to do weird things with myself.
I'm always doing weird things with myself, but that's
I know
yeah.
it's a little disturbing at times.
But that's some of the things that Chris have been working on. Again, that was a little hiccup at the beginning of the show. Doesn't look like it really affected everybody. We've got quite the crowd here as usual today, pulling off all sorts of antics. And List, I gotta have to talk to you about a couple things. I gotta ask some questions if you say I'm doing it wrong. Maybe you can give me some
you're doing
lessons
it wrong.
because, you know, this guy over here, he doesn't have the time for me anymore like he used to, you know.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah. He's sitting
doing
there
it wrong.
playing with his transmission all day and just doesn't have time to pay attention to me, I tell you.
See the way he shifted gears? See that?
Is the honeymoon phase over? Is that what
It's the physical
Honeymoon's
body
been
language.
over for
It's
a
body
long
language.
time.
Jack shifted over in his chair away from
But
Laz.
hold on, I want to hear about this mud wrestling because Eclipse just jumped right on in a great one there. If we can get wrestling in game, that's right.
Then the mud pits, and then we'll never see Laz again.
Hey, I'll be at mud wrestling every night, brother.
He'll sink
You
into
have
the
to wait
mud
for
like
it
a
to-
fossil.
I'll
Yeah, you have
lose.
to wait
I'll
for it to
lose
grow.
every match too.
Then I want Jello.
That's right. The next step
There you
is Jello
go.
wrestling.
But moving right along.
How about Ford?
Hobblot.
Did the kobolds invent Jello?
Hobblot.
Quattro.
No. The kobolds didn't invent Jello. That was invented by I don't know.
You got no.
Granis.
No. Yes, moving right along. What do we want to hit on next? There's a couple topics. There's the.
Before we haven't even talked about the stand-up corner yet.
I know that, but it's day before release. Of course, I threw a message to Star, never got a reply back. But was it the
I
quest
messaged you
designer
some-
from another MMO you wanted to talk about, or was it the?
Yeah, but I
single-player
forgot where-
storyline you wanted to talk about.
No, it was the new quest designer.
The new guy, Damien, who is really not a new guy
Yeah.
when you look at his credentials and where he's come from.
Yeah, but then I have to go find that thread again.
You mean this one right here?
The one I almost derailed,
Oh, did you?
as usual.
The one I sent to Laz last night, this
The
morning.
one that I
sometime.
promptly put up off to the side because I knew you were going to bring it up today?
Okay. Yeah, but the other stuff that I brought up the other day got axed. So let's talk about the stand-up corner, then we'll go to that.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that.
Yes.
Stand
And
up. Starting a whole new page.
page 49. So this is 49 pages of useless threads that are all about meetings.
All
49
about
pages
meetings.
of just meetings notes.
All about
I mean, that's kind of
this
crazy.
is what
Yeah.
I'm doing today.
Yeah. Every single day they have a meeting, and every single day they say, hey, worked on this yesterday, I'm working on this today. Then something random gets written down, then eventually gets published to the interwebs, and we get to interpret it.
Like
Yay!
nobody's business.
Yeah, so on Taco Tuesday over in the art department, Bob the Builder, he said he was working on bugs
Bugs.
and chests,
The Death Bunny.
and he was blowing and blowing and blowing up the balloons.
Inappropriate.
He was, yeah, he was blowing the thing. It wasn't the breathalyzer this time; it was the balloon.
Not another breathalyzer.
That what you call it? Mm,
And Damon, he was working out on Granis
Walter.
and the visual effects for that, and bugs.
Bug.
Kevin, he was working on bugs.
Bug.
The almighty Gix Vargach. Matt,
Where's that boy?
Bug.
he was doing a little happy dance while he was working on some bugs. I wonder what's the happy dance going to look like?
I don't know. Is it gonna be the Pioneer Happy Dance, or is it gonna be
Snoopy!
more like Steve Martin's Happy Feet? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to ask
Want
him
a couple
for
good
the appropriate visuals.
interpretations? Just tune into Jack, and you can see what he just put up there.
Jack's gonna try all 12 possibilities right here, right now.
Put it up to the glass.
It's like, no. Oh, let's see.
Moving right along. Read, brother.
Cool
No.
kids. Cool kids.
Equipment decorations and bugs.
Lugs.
Bugs.
Lugs.
Shot.
That's right.
And then over in design, Beezus, he was working
Bees.
on bugs and book patterns. Seawolf!
Seawolf.
Nerfs.
Working on
Nerfs.
bugs
Bugs.
and High Veil's upskirt.
Working on High Veil. Nice.
You know what? Lum's been sitting around for so long that he's got a bug problem.
Bug.
He's working on bugs from Lum. And you know what? The man himself, Lord British, said, I want to work on this story with you.
Damien, it's been so long. Let us catch up and reminisce.
Yeah, and then Dan the Man,
Dan the Man Brennan.
working on player towns and trap support and bugs.
Bug.
Sanyo was working on Solace Bridge outskirts and combat review with Damien.
Damien.
Then Lum the Mad, he was messing around with Artifice, and as well as that review with Lord British and Community.
No. Scott
Yeah, I
working
know.
on Community.
I know, it's kind of, it's like,
Oh,
I hate people.
Be still my heart.
here are the paper cuts. Paper cuts. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. Then Sorcerer Steve working on bugs
Bug.
and Blood River outskirts.
For those playing the home game, that's the 10th shot you should have taken at this point.
Thank you, Wayne.
And coming up is
Drunk,
the
you're home.
List Rostov, our very own Energy Vortex, working on bugs.
Bug.
11.
And he's trying to figure out where to plug in all of the oracles.
Well, is this RJ45 go into this?
I know, it's like, where do these things get plugged in?
Is it
And-
AC or DC? I don't know. Is the Oracle 220? Or does the Oracle go both ways?
It definitely goes both ways.
Yeah.
The oracles,
Oh my.
the oracle goes any which way but loose.
Any which way you want. That's right.
Yeah.
All those tentacles.
And over in tech, our little boy Bobby,
Bobby Thompson.
working on bugs.
Bug.
Eric, he decided that he wanted to work on bugs as well.
Bug. He wanted to help little Bobby.
And I was just looking at the room, and holy crap, we've got a full room today.
Oh, yeah. This is a regular occurrence these days. Haven't you
I know,
noticed that? Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got people listening and tuning in everywhere, dude. Yeah.
I know.
Long gone are the days of you and I in a room talking to ourselves, I'll tell you.
Well, we still do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
We just do it with a whole bunch of people listening now, that's all.
yeah.
Oh,
And they're too afraid to interrupt us. It's like, oh no, they're doing this live show. It's like, oh no. I
think they just want that peek into our personal lives. They want to know what's actually going on.
Oh, they want to know whether or not the farts are real.
Yeah, whether the transmission is
It's like,
going to get
who-
fixed.
Who's the gassy one?
Yeah.
Rustic, you all right?
It's like, okay, then JY.
Oh man, that's best lube in the land, JY.
He's working on interactions and localization and conversations. Wizard Smoke. He's been puff past, but bugs.
Bug.
And blacklisting some items.
You're blacklisted. No
That was
longer
number
are you
who
on
can
the
still
item
count?
list.
I lost count at 3 today. The Deathbringer, one and only, working on bugs.
Bug.
Burning Toad.
The burn.
Scratching the itch that's known as bugs.
Bug.
And the Buildmaster.
Bugging the Buildmaster.
Tassilo. Working on the web store refactor deployment and testing and hardware updates and a monitor.
And the monitor. Is that the monitor that's attached to the robot? Are they trying to still do that?
I don't know. I think they're trying to figure out how does duct tape actually work.
I actually saw part of that refactor in work yesterday when I was making a transaction. So Tassilo is actively working. You'll see some of these refactors in the store as you check out. So be careful for a couple of speed bumps there, because if you're used to checking out a certain way, you may see some new screens there. That's all I'm going to say.
Are you referring to the one that says Amazon, PayPal, credit card, or store credits and how you want to pay?
I didn't see Amazon at the time, but yeah, it gave me a whole bunch of other options, and checkout is getting a little different out there, folks. The usual send things. I was able to send store credits without actually going through PayPal. I guess user to user. Yeah, through their own system, which was pretty interesting.
Yep.
But I don't know.
And the useless.
Hey, God, we'll talk about that later.
You don't know. You don't know lots.
I know by the time I hit 30, I realized I didn't know shit, so, you know.
I don't know anything. It's like, how many days have I been wearing these clothes? I don't know.
No. I wear the same clothes every day. I don't have that problem.
They haven't fallen off yet.
Jesus.
So over in our useless overhead group, we have NFG Andrea
A vineyard.
working on development review and Jira regression testing. The Dippy Bird working on
The
bugs.
Bug.
And the lead meeting. Gorn still wearing his red Speedo as he works on general business. And the leads meeting. Barrick working on the reports and announcements and store screenshots. Yay.
Should we beat him to
Hutch!
that and put those out there? No.
Well, we can't really. Hutch working on bugs
Bug.
and the leads meeting and new assets.
That's it. He said that's it.
The Attenwood, he's working on sanity testing and
Failed.
training.
Failed sanity
failed.
testing.
Yes. Everything fails sanity testing. Training, regression testing, and QA forums. Lord British, he decided that he wanted to update some JIRAs
No.
and show up to the leads meeting and general business.
He would never.
Chaos working on the bugs
Bug.
and decorations and planning and JIRA updates and reviewing instruments.
Instruments. Yeah.
You know, this is a fun game to play.
Can we stop
Alright.
reviewing the instruments and see if they actually sound right at 15 meters?
What? 15 meters? Not 15 meters. 15 meters. Serafina working on regression testing and player towns and QA forums. And last but not least, the Dark Star working on Release 41 post and Release 42 schedule and updates and managing JIRA and the leads meeting. And that's what our devs were working on.
Yesterday.
Yay. Yesterday. Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking.
That was yesterday.
Still no update
One moment,
from the man.
please.
No release notes for us today, so looks like be one of those days where 1 minute after the release notes will come out. And everybody will be
It's going to be
pooling all over.
I'm predicting 3 o'clock this afternoon.
3 o'clock, huh? We're want to
Yep.
start a pool. 1 Kodo each to get in the pool. What time the release notes are coming out?
Well, then we would actually have to break it down into like 5-minute
half-hour
segments and then like
15 minutes.
Yeah, 5
15-minute
minutes.
chunks.
5 minutes. 5-minute chunks.
Yep, somebody's hitched.
And Spiff, you're hitched.
He got hitched. I don't know. I didn't get hitched by weddings more.
I know he didn't receive that extra special wedding that you offer.
Is,
Hey, what's
We've
this
always
week's wedding?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to Jimmy yet since yesterday. Jimmy, do we got anything new out there in wedding specials this week going on?
We do. It's called the Don't Say No Wedding.
Ooh. And how does
So
that work?
you go in and you don't say no. You say I do. Pretty basic.
Pretty basic concept, yeah.
Especially whenever the ex-wife, the girlfriend, and the mistress are all there. You don't say no.
Sounds like a
This
little
is why I
bit-
offer 50% off repeat customers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. All right, moving right along. A lot of stuff happening tonight, but we'll be getting to that on the calendar. We can actually delve a little into that, or do we want to delve one more thing? The new Quest designer, Damien. You want to jump into that topic? Do we got time for that? I'm sure. If we don't have time, we're not going to make time, and we won't ever delve into it because next week's going to start moving. So if you want it, grab it now.
Grab it.
Okay, so a couple of people want to talk about the new Quest designer, Damien, and his work experience. And he has worked on previous MMOs before. He did work on Tabula Rasa with Richard. Some people actually went through some of the quests. We don't know whether or not he designed those or not. And then other people turned around and said, hey, you know what? Here's his entire work history here.
Yeah. And that was the Spoonie one, I believe, who gave us...
yeah, that's what I scrolled down to, where Damien worked on Icewind Dale, The Fall, The Last Days of Gaia, Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth, X-Men Legends 2, The Rise of the Apocalypse, Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, Tabula Rasa, DC's Universe Online, a bunch of DLC, 5 different DLCs for that, the Xbot Fitness app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be
Yeah.
confused with the
Yeah.
Wii.
That got screwed, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, just because he worked on it doesn't mean he was responsible for why it got tanked. Project Spark. He also worked on Baldur's Gate 3 and Fallout 3.
Fallout 3. Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate is a good one.
The old one. Heard of it on the ages.
Yep, it's an old one.
And I just want to say something real quick. This is Merc. I know we have an open development, system here. But how would it be if you come your first week? I don't know if it's his first day or his first week, and this post is made with your entire friggin' history on it. People, picking it apart like so many vultures.
Well,
It's unseemly. It's unseemly to me.
That's the nature of the beast around
That's
here.
right.
And when you come in, and we're looking at the people who are going to come put the polish on this game. Of course, it's nice to know that he's got some stuff under his belt. And I'll tell you what, Sorcerer Steve came right out of the
right out of school.
Right out of school, man. And I mean, look at the work he's producing. So, the necessity to have finished games under your belt doesn't actually, reflect, in my opinion. I've always said somebody who scores high on tests just tells me that they test well. It doesn't mean they retain knowledge and they know what the hell they're talking about. It just means they,
Absolutely. Yeah. And the interesting thing is because we know that, for me, the one thing, anytime that I've been asked why the game is going to be delayed, I have always said story. It's going to be the game is going to be delayed until they're able to actually finish the major quest lines. And I have actually been advocating hiring 3 or 4 quest designers just to make sure that it's done in a timely manner. So I'm glad that this guy actually has 18 plus years of gaming experience, not gaming, but game development experience, and especially with the creation of like dealing with MMOs, single player games, and writing story related content.
Absolutely.
Right, but then the thread devolved into, well, this guy better do solo stuff, and then he better do MMO stuff. It got unseemly.
Well, you don't know what he's going to do because it ain't up to you guys
Yeah.
to decide that, first off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's going to be between like Richard, Lum, and Star.
And I was
they're
just
the
gonna
ones
say-
that are going to tell him what kind of quest to write.
Which is the way it should be.
With the tabula rasa hitch there, I'm assuming that he knew Richard from back in the day, and there is something that this guy's done in the past that Richard said, let's bring this guy back in because, I remember his work from the past and he liked it. So,
Yeah.
that would be the way I see it. But the list of games is pretty impressive. I understand that people are concerned, but I tell you what, anything's got to be better than the nothing we have now.
Right.
And I should not say nothing. The no progress that we've seen with additional story content because they're working to get all this packaged together, and we need additional content, and this is just a very good sign the way I see it. You're bringing on somebody who's got good experience, he's got good creds underneath his belt, and he's going to help crank out some content before we go to release. It's all plus.
Absolutely.
I can't see
welcome
why
to it.
anybody would question it, but again, that's the beast we live with around here in this game. And of course, we welcome Damon like we welcome all the other developers when we
Absolutely
read his name out, just like New Girl. Damien was only a new guy for what, about a week? Not even.
No, a day.
Yeah, was it only a day?
It was a day or two.
That was a couple of days.
It was not long.
Yeah.
It was not long at all.
But
I mean, I am not covering the back and forth as to what kind of quest.
No, not at all.
And I'm not even going to cover the rest of the thread because I think a lot of these people with the one, it is just bullshit petty argument. But I'm more interested in knowing that, you know what, they hired a guy with a solid game development background. So that to me is a little bit better.
This is not his first donkey ride. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's one where when people start like talking about the types of quests, and then it's like that actually becomes one where there are only a few different quest types, and it's working within that scope of the very limited different quest types. That it's like you actually have to create interesting dialogue, and you have to create something that gets you to drawn into the story and into supporting and helping that character. And that's where it actually becomes a much larger discussion about like how to write quests and how to actually make them believable. Instead of the, hey, go kill 20 bears.
Absolutely. Well, my only argument was not every quest can be Lord of the Rings material. We're gonna have to have some quests that are less than epic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to throw some stuff in there for people to do.
You've got to have like tons of side quests, which are a lot of little go fetch quests and go hunt down, go investigate. Which we know we've seen a lot of. That's where you've got most of those quests out in Soul Town are those side quests, which are quickly done and can be quickly programmed. And we know that they're going to try to have 15 to 30 side quests per town with a banner on it, story related town.
Absolutely.
So, but we also know that the thing that's really holding up the game launch, it's not the scenes. and it is actually the major story arc. And the major story arc not being completed, you have to remember this is one guy that's been working on this for years, and he was not even a third of the way through it, even though it's like he put frameworks out there. And so there's still a ton of work to be done on the courage and the truth quest lines in order to get them ready. And then you also have the fourth part, which is the finale, which is the Oracle.
Piece of cake. Tie it all together in a bow. Steal it. Send it. Delivered.
Next week it'll be done.
I was going to say is the amount that's been done since January on storyline has been phenomenal, and you know it. But anyway.
No.
Yeah, you still won't be happy with it. And that's why I don't care too much about the storyline as much as the interaction. So, anyway.
How long is it taking for Artifice to be released?
41 releases, because it's only coming in this release. So,
wait. How long ago did Scotty actually work on it?
Again, it's 41 releases because it's only being released in release 41. Anyway, moving right along. We got a couple other things to cover, and of course, topics, hot stuff going on around town tonight. There's all sorts of great things happening. We got radio shows, we got live streams, we got fights, we got news, all sorts of great stuff happening around town.
What? Dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And of course, for those of you folks who want to know what's happening around town, you can go to NBNN.info and get your hands on the NBNN app. And that's available on the Google Play, the iPhone Store, and the Kindle App Store. So all the platforms you need to get you covered on your mobile device. And you too can check out the daily calendar, the latest NBNN Daily Britannian, the latest Lunch with Laz and Jack, and much, much more with the NBNN Shroud, the Avatar app, available on NBNN.info and your local app store.
No way.
No.
Way.
Coming to an L-Cars pad near you, but it's all going to be in Klingon, so...
Oh, you can always translate it to Klingon for us.
That's true.
Klingon ease.
Yeah.
There's classes for that.
Yes,
Yep.
there are. And
don't forget the community calendar brought to you by NBNN, also available on all those apps that Laz just talked about. And if your calendar is not on the NBNN community calendar, you can get it added by emailing news@nbnn.info, and Laz will eventually add it on there. It might take him a few days and a few tries, but eventually it will show up. And I'll just have to sit there and say, hey, dude, I don't see a calendar. I don't see a calendar.
Like the last one.
Like the last one. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so what calendar? What are you talking about? Okay. I didn't miss anything. Okay, then don't forget all those interesting pics that you weren't supposed to share. Those get sent to nudes@nbnn.info and make Laz laugh at you. And someone's keyboard's broken. Spiff has died.
Hitch.
Then after that, don't forget all times are Central Standard in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia time. Today at noon, 6 and midnight, 2 idiots interpret the news so you don't have to on a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack on WRFB.
WRFB, Radio Free Britannia.
Yes, today at 4 p.m. on Avatar's Radio is a rebroadcast of the Legion of Myth starring Max Liao and Elgarian Dakali. At 6 p.m. on Avatar's Radio, they have a DJ Squirrel who's biting through wires. At 6 p.m. on WRFB is Us.
Us again.
At 7 p.m. on the NBNN stream, you need to be watching Twitch for Wayne Klotz, his live stream of the EVL Virtual League PvP tournament.
That's right. Now, while you're on this portion, these next couple events coming up, we do have the wonderful Lady Jade and Wayne Klotz both here today in the studio. Jade, do you want to just update the folks what's going on with the Virtue League? It's been a while since we've heard from you, real quickly. Or Wayne, you want to tell the folks what you're going to be doing on stream tonight?
No. Jade first, please.
Season 6.
Wanklots. Wanklots.
Is Jade still here?
Yeah, I am. I was using the wrong push to talk. Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. I'll talk quickly. I'm sorry I have not been here very much. I plan to change that. There are a lot of changes coming. We are starting season 6 tonight.
6th season. Gotta love it.
Yep. I don't know if we're the longest running event, but we're at least one of the longest running events. The first thing I'd like to do is really quickly, we have a lot more sponsors, therefore we have a lot more prizes and things going on. Just really quickly, read them out. Owl Guild, Owl Sky Vendors, Organized Chaos, Jade Dragons, Phoenix Republic, House Serenite, Virtual Oasis Vendors, Brickbat Family Towns, and House Serenite, a second time for a second big event.
Very nice.
Okay. Last Wednesday we had thank you. Last Wednesday we had a very big meeting to talk about new rules. We always have little meetings, but this time it was big. And here's what we viewed the problem with. And I'm sure Laz will agree with me, I'm pretty sure, is that I've been in since R14, but since release there have been some opportunities for some players to gain experience points in an exponential manner compared to now. So therefore we have this group of people, 20, 30 strong, who knows how many strong, at the very tip top, and those coming into the game either at release or after that have very little chance to catch up. We are determined to create an environment that creates a fair fighting environment for group, as well as to have a prize structure that is attractive. And so and I'll finish up here with the major rule changes. Is players will be separated into groups A, B, or C. Group A is the only group that will be allowed to use artifacts and potion, and you elect to go into Group A, so you choose it. Group B and C will be fluid for the first couple of weeks, and then we'll assign players or fighters to a group, and you will be locked into that for the entire season. So there's no more bumping up and then getting your ass kicked, falling down, bumping up, and so forth and so on. Seamus McGinnis is working on an advanced ELO system that's a little more sensitive than the one in the past. And last thing I'd like to add is that there is no weekly entry fee for the tournament due to sponsors. Each winner of each group, A, B, and C, will receive 10 recall scrolls, 10 teleport scrolls.
Tamers.
Huh?
Somebody did something wrong.
So that was my really fast synopsis. I'm sorry if I talked too fast, but that was it. And I know you're running out of time, so I wanted to squish it in, but I wanted to not take up all of your time.
And then,
Any
of
questions?
course, Wayne is going to be out tonight covering that.
Action News Reporter going to be out there live for NBNN starting at 7 o'clock at the red carpet as we watch people come in between 7 and 7:30 whenever it gets kicked off. Action News will be set up. We'll also be trying to take photos, pictures of each individual if they want to pose and so forth. So that way, whenever we pull up their stats and their information, we can have something nice on the screen for you. We'll be tracking this as it continues throughout the evening.
Alrighty, Wayne, thank you for that coverage.
And just really quickly, Wayne showed up at our big meeting last Wednesday and acted as a conduit between those who were not in TeamSpeak and those who were out in the public, and it was fabulous. We want to thank NBNN a lot for doing that for us.
And Wayne's going to be out there doing this coverage throughout this season, hopefully. So we're going to look forward to all that. And with that, let's go ahead and we got also during the event, you're going to want to listen to our own Deco Diva.
And Klotz.
Is she here?
That's fine.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Yeah, me. Speak. Shout it out.
Yeah, we're doing 90s for the first hour, and the second hour is the no fucks given hour.
Okie dokie. And that's
The normal show.
Yeah, normal show.
And don't forget, in-game at 8 p.m., we do have Striker Sparhawks Happy Hour taking place at some pub somewhere because
Celestial!
adventures begin.
Me.
Oh,
It's gonna be
it's
happening.
you.
That's why I said we had some events. It's going to be happening at Eclipse's place today as well.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, Calypso Beach, close optional, preferred none.
and next
That's
week's
what
happy
I'm
hour.
talking
we're gonna
about.
get a
Yeah.
You have to get all the pictures to
cameras,
send to. Yeah.
And next week's happy hour is going to be out at Snug Harbor. So for those of you folks wanting to get a sneak peek, this week, naked beach party. Next week, well, hey, we can have another naked beach party.
Naked beach party.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Yes, and
that's right.
don't forget at Striker Sparhawks Happy Hour, it is also known as
Spin Sparhawks Gold.
and that's because Striker is the one buying all the drinks for everyone. So you come broke, go home virtually
home
intoxicated. Yes,
Broker.
go home happy. And once a final
You might
call's
get
been
lucky
called,
on the beach.
we don't care what you do, just leave. Yeah. Yes.
But
Go on, but
What? No.
the record.
Okay, and the final event of the evening is on the WRFB, and that's the Record Room. And that's
WRFB.
for this Wednesday, April 26th in Shroud of the Avatar.
Avatar. Just don't be avatarded. That's right. And of course, SodaCon Austin 2017. NBNN is a proud sponsor. If you need the latest updates, go out to the forums, check the SodaConAustin.org website, or of course, tune in to yesterday's show where I gave you a whole bunch of updated information on that. You ready for it, Jack? You ready? Is it gonna work?
No, why would
It's
I?
not
Why would I
gonna
be
work.
ready for it? It's you know what? It's not going to work because you never do what I told you to do.
I do it every day. It still doesn't work.
No, you don't. Not right before you start talking about it, because right now it should be WRFB.
It is WRFB. Look at that. Has been for the last 15 seconds or something like that.
And now it's gonna go to the next one, and you
Grimy
completely
Traders.
missed your cue.
That's right. It's on the Grimy Traders. And I'll tell the people what the
Waiting
next
some more,
one's
my
going to go
lads.
to is.
girls.
This is the more. This is the more. Them
It-
fighting. This is the more.
I tell you, it's a beautiful
Lunch
thing.
levels.
That's right. We want to thank all our sponsors out there. We are a little short on time, so I'm going to let them roll. We wanted to give you the latest happenings, what's going on out there with, of course, the Virtue League, Happy Hour, Wayne Klotz's live stream, our lovely Eclipse Maiden, Deco Diva on the radio tonight. All sorts of things happening throughout the community tonight, and all sorts of things happening throughout the week. Of course, we'll keep you abreast of all that. Thank you to all the good folks. WRFB Radio Free Britannia, GrimeyTraders.com. Good folks over at the Britannia Mining Company, Sodamap.com, Auchenshire Markham Farms. Good folks over there. Yeah, I know. He's waiting for it. And of course, Coil More Wands back in business and back in action out on the Shroud Marketplace. RelicsByRill.com, where you can get all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag. And if you want to save some money, promo code NBNN when you check out, and you'll save 10% when you check out at Relics by Rill. And last but not least, the marketplace, Shroud Marketplace, where you can find places like the Auchenshire Markham Farms, and of course, Coil More Wands, Laz's Wedding Morton's More, and Jack's Teleports and Recalls. God help us. God help us.
Hey, don't forget, anything game related can be bought and sold on Shroud Marketplace. And each of the vendors are different players. They're all responsible for their own inventories. You can put anything you want game related.
That's right.
From your Crowns of the Obsidian to Game Gold to accounts, all through your pledge items, all the way through services that you're offering, just like Skirta's music service thing, or Weddings and More by Laz, or even
Coil More Wands out there.
Everything.
I don't see anything in the store just yet, but look for some exceptional quality wands.
Yeah, it's going to be putting the wood in your hands.
That's right. And of course, if you need to travel, you got to check out Jack's offering up those teleport and recall scrolls. If you ain't got the game golds, he'll take $5 of your hard-earned cash. That's for sure.
Hey, and if you really want to get started really, really well with 2 million worth of game gold, you could always buy that from Yankee as well. So there's all kinds of stuff available.
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
He's one of the vendors on Shroud Marketplace.
You get 2 million gold. Jesus.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of gold. There's so much gold out there to be had, And of course, I mean, that's 2 million hard cash. You get 2 million handed to you, you're done. You go buy what you want.
Did you check your email lately?
Not since before the show.
Someone sent a message to nudes at nbnn.info. And I opened it up on my phone.
I gotta say,
I wasn't confidential.
I wasn't going to be sitting there outing the person that did that.
I don't like that.
Yep, that came in. Hello, nudes. You're fun.
Yeah, the nude screenshot. But don't forget, Shroud Marketplace, the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. And if you're interested in selling your goods on Shroud Marketplace, you just register for an account and then click on vendor registration on the left-hand side, and then you can start adding your items to Shroud Marketplace, and we'll talk about it.
That's
Yay!
right.
And now it is time for us to think.
We tell the world about it. It's that simple. I tell you, it ain't hard, folks. It ain't rocket science.
Not hard at all. Yeah, and it's
that's right. Moving right
becomes
along.
Awesome. We have to thank the most important people around here, and that's you guys watching out on Twitch, YouTube, hanging out with us in Discord, or listening on Radio Free Britannia. We couldn't do the show without you guys. Well, we could. It would just be me and Laz sitting here.
Boring. That's all.
Yeah. Well, if they never interject, it's just us bickering the entire time, anyways.
And that's what they come to hear. Is
yeah.
I tell you,
love you, baby.
Love you too. Dinner tonight. Anyway, meanwhile, we got to go ahead and get out of here. We're running a minute or so behind the clock. I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings. The latest from here inside Shroud of the Avatar. And we'll be bringing you live Release 41 right here tomorrow, folks. Have a great day, and we will see you all then.
I picked the wrong week. Quit sniffing glue.
Is this real?
So this person's just messaging me saying that they saw us sitting here, and do people just sit here and converse a lot? And yeah.
No.
Was this the person who came?